Hi, Barbara Wally here, orthopedic and sports certified physical therapist, here to talk to you about weightlifting today. I get this question quite frequently, especially from the gym rats or those who like CrossFit or beast mode. How can you weightlift safely, and what are some things that you can do to help ensure you are doing things in a way that are not going to add to strain or add to a current ongoing pain or injury in your shoulders, most especially? Well, it's a 4-step process. What I would say is number one, pay attention to compensations. Watch yourself in a mirror or videotape yourself. See how you are moving. If you're using a lot of your trunk to move, or you are using a lot of other body parts to complete a motion, you're probably going to need to lower your weight. And if that doesn't help, lower your repetitions and lower your sets so that you can perform the activity without significant compensation from another part of your body. It's really hard to do. It's really hard for your mind to step back a little bit, but I promise you, if you'd like to weightlift for many years to come, this is a really great way to keep yourself active for longer periods of time. Number two, pay attention to what you are doing. What are the exercises and the activities that you are doing? I highly recommend staying off TikTok. I know, I'm making videos here and giving you advice, but by and large, I get a lot of TikTok videos, and I can promise you only about half of them are worthwhile. And so many of the exercises that they suggest are actually not very good for longevity or ongoing issues with your body. So what I would say is number one, avoid body weight dips. If you're having an ongoing problem with your shoulder, body weight dips with your arms behind you or on a set of parallel bars is very, very hard on the shoulders. I would avoid this exercise entirely and perform other exercises for your triceps with free weights or machines. Number two, I would keep your hands within your eyesight. So whenever you're doing an exercise, whether it's overhead or you're pulling, good example is the lat pull down. Don't do it behind your head. Do it in front of your face. Any exercises you're performing, make sure you can actually see your hands with your head straight in front of you. If you have to turn your head, that's a pretty good indication whatever you're doing is probably putting a lot of undue strain on your shoulders and on your body. I would also pay attention when you're doing your bench press. Make sure your elbows are not passing your trunk. Best way to envision this is pretend you're doing a bench press on the floor. Your elbows are naturally going to stop at the floor. They're not going to be able to come all the way back where the bar is going to touch you in the chest. So you really don't want to perform any kind of bench press where the bar is going to actually touch your chest. You want to really keep your elbows at the midline of your body. Another great tip is to avoid anything really heavy or sustained overhead. What does this remind you of? It reminds you of CrossFit. Why? Why are you performing really heavy weight overhead? Is there something you're doing functionally or for a sport that requires significant heavy overhead? Or are you just doing it for glamour muscle purposes? What I would say, if you're going to perform overhead exercises, remember, keep your hands within eyesight and don't do anything significantly heavy. If you want to weightlift and be active for years to come and avoid injury, I highly recommend you lower your weight and make sure you keep those hands where you can see them. They shouldn't be significantly behind you when you bring the weight up overhead. You lose that eyesight on your hands and you're putting a lot of undue strain on your upper body, especially your shoulders. Step number three, I'd like you to think about icing. I'd like you to also think about appropriate rest. You should not be weightlifting your upper body or your lower body day after day. Your body needs at least 24 to 48 hours of rest when you've been doing significant fatigable exercises in the weight room. So make sure you're taking appropriate rests. Really great way to do it is upper body one day, lower body one day, core the next day, and then repeat. That's a great way to give your body the appropriate rest that it needs. Also, do not forget about stretching. It's really hard to be flexible and strong. So ensure you spend at least 5 minutes, 10 ideally, at the end of your weightlifting session to stretch your entire body. When you have been shortening your muscle fibers, you need to spend some time lengthening those muscle fibers to help them stay strong. Also, if you're having trouble, most importantly, see a health professional or a physical therapist to help you along your weightlifting journey. But I really hope this helps, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks, everybody.